Good morning, LinkedIn fraternity, my friends, my peers, my colleagues, and last but not least, my students. So, today I'm going to deal with a bit complicated and complex topic, and the topic is exposure of the students in 21st century. So, before starting the topic, I would like to mention that I'll go back in time. I'm going to talk about our schedule and what you are going to do. You are going to compare your schedule so that it would become easier for you to figure out the differences, that what are the exact differences we are having. Fine. So, being a social citizen, it's my responsibility to show the differences, that where you are lying ahead, where we are ahead. So let's talk about, without further ado, let's get into the topic and let's talk about it. Okay, let us have an interactive session. So, you all know that I'm an early riser. So, I used to wake up at 6 o'clock morning. After that, I used to do my exercise. Then, at 7 o'clock, I used to have my breakfast. So, I used to have bread along with milk. Then, from 7:30 till 9 o'clock, it was my study time, and I assorted that time when I used to do my pending homework. So after that, bathing time comes, followed by refreshing time, and by 10 o'clock, I I was inside the van. Okay. Now in our times, we used to refer it as van. Nowadays, the people are saying it as pool car. Even they don't know what is pool car or what is the exact definition of pool car. Even if I ask them to elaborate, they are going to falter and fumble, but still they say pool car, and that is the minor difference. So from 11 till 6:20 16:25, that means from 11 o'clock till 4:25, we were in school. We were having 7 slots or 7 periods. Each periods were consisting of 40 minutes. From 2 to 2:30 we were having a break. So we used to enjoy, we used to enjoy a lot. We used to talk spontaneously. We used to talk with our friends, and while talking to our friends, we used to entertain ourselves. At the same point of time, we used to enjoy. Fine. So the tangent of our jubilation was quite high. So after coming back home at 5 o'clock, we used to play. After that, from 7 till 9:30, we used to study. If we had some tuitions, then we used to attend the tuitions. Then at 10 o'clock, we used to have our dinner, and by 10:30, I started talking to my angel or to the demon, depending on the mood, depending on the day, you know how I have spent the day. So this is the schedule, actually overall schedule I told you, and this is actually set by my parents, because and this is actually not an individualistic society. Till class 10, you know you can't run your own will. Okay, fine. Now let's come to the what to say let's come to the teacher part. Now, I hail from North Calcutta, everyone knows. Now, I feel very embarrassed and shy to talk about the teachers, but being a social and responsible citizen, it's my duty to reveal what actually used to go in the class, what actually used to happen rather in the class. Now, the thing is that, yes, most of the teachers, I'm not saying all the teachers, most of the teachers were bilingual. That's why I remember one incident. My mother had a strong association with British Council. So I went with my mother back in 2001. I was in class 9 that point of time. So I was faltering, stammering, and fumbling while talking to one of the personnel over there. And when I pronounced extempore, she laughed like anything. Then the next day, I went to the school and I spoke about the whole thing to my class teacher. My class teacher said the same thing, that the exact pronunciation is extempore. So yeah, that means she was, lingual. She used to speak English, only English in the class for 40 minutes. But if I consider other teachers, they were bilingual, trilingual, tetralingual. So yeah, so here you can challenge me that in your time, like in today's time, had they been exposed to the education sector, they would not have cracked the high league schools. Like I'm talking about residential school, of course, situated in Dehradun or situated in Bangalore. To a certain extent, it's true. To a certain extent, I'm telling you, it's true. And forcibly, I have to second your point. But there's always one but. But the way they have inculcated the morality inside of us, the way they have culminated the sense of compassion inside of us, the way they have instilled empathy and sense of values inside of us is unforgettable and undeniable. That point of time, our life was quite simple, and the teachers, because of that, because of the what to say uh, because of the culmination of this morality and sense of values, last year when I was suffering from deadly disease, that point of time my ICC friends, they were clubbed together in order to help me. Now you can ask me that they are very rich. Now I want to counter you, only richness matters. No, our teachers our teachers made us learn to culminate the human qualities along with human values, which are the very, very important factors. Now, in recent times, the teachers, they are trying their level best to instruct the students about do's and don'ts, but our hands are tied. Why I'm telling you? Because in our times we were never treated as a stakeholders. Today all the students studying in a residential school or studying in a day school, it does not matter, you know. So they are treated as stakeholders, and the students are very smart courtesy to social media. So they know that whatever they're going to do, they're going to escape it, because at the end of the day either the parents or the management are going to back them. So it's a request from my side to all the parents, please do not encourage your students in trivial activities. And management, you can't do anything, because we are living in an age of evolution. Every day, we are getting involved. So what management is doing is very right from their point of view, but what parents are doing, it is not right from their point of view. Because the parents, uh, if I passively support my child to do unethical activities, that means what I'm doing, I'm just supporting the criminal mindset and nothing else. So uh, now I will talk about the pros of social media. Because of social media, what is happening, the students, those who are lying in mediocrity and those who are lying in brilliance, they are blooming like anything. They're approaching uh, the concept of self-learning. At the same point of time, they're approaching for the concept of experiential learning. Now experiential learning, you all know, by means of experience, you're experiencing something, and you are interpreting that by your experience or by means of your experiential learning. You are doing certain experiment like zinc plus copper sulfate gives you zinc sulfate plus copper, brown copper, displacement reaction. Fine. So by means of that experiment, you are learning that zinc is having the capacity to replace copper. Experimental learning. Fine. Apart from that, concept based learning is also important, okay, which is all about inquiry based learning. At the same point of time, yeah, so sorry, actually, like mosquitoes. Okay, so concept based learning is very important, and social media is helping the students, helping the frontline students as well as mediocre students to develop the initial concept, to develop the initial concept. But one thing I just want to tell you, the teaching which you would be absorbing in the class, you cannot receive in social media. In social media, what you can do is that you can absorb the initial concept. After having the foundation, if you enter the class, then you are going to be confident. Then you can have a deep interactive session with the teachers. You can cross the teachers, you can ask several questions to the teachers, which is very much effective for your holistic growth. Their social media is playing a vibrant and dominant role. But one thing which is a point of concern, and in our time this was not a point of concern. Now if I talk about that we used to lead a life of austerity, then I would be a liar. So I will not lie because I have always relied on honesty. So yes, of course, we have encountered an infatuation, and it is a natural process because when you are exploring your youth, that point of time, you will encounter coup's love, you will encounter infatuation, but by means of wisdom which the teachers they have instilled inside of us, we have overcome it silently, slowly, and steadily. But nowadays, what is happening is mind boggling, and we cannot shut our eyes. But due to the policy of the management, you know, we had to. What we can do is that still we are trying, still the teachers, I'm seeing the teachers, they are trying their level best to tell you do's and don'ts. So it's my request to this generation students, please listen to your teacher, please listen to your parents, okay, because these are the two pillars till 20. These are the two pillars, those who would be acting as the support system. I'm telling you, all other butterflies would be shying away, but these two will always stand by your side. So if you take my opinion, or if you count my opinion, then consider teacher as well as your parent as a support system. Now we I already spoke that we never led a life of austerity, okay. We used to lead a simple life. Our life was quite simple, and now courtesy to social media the life has become very much complex and complicated, right? Many edtech platform many edtech platform came into the context, whereas uh, the students are exploring what to say the students are exploring the information, the revolution. Students are exploring the revolution in information. So whatever the teacher is teaching, uh, now see, all the teachers, they are having their own style of teaching, okay, though they are following the same methodology, but their same methodology, but their way of interpretation is different. So what you people are doing, you people are verifying after going back home. Please don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Why don't do that till class 10? Because it is very much important. Till class 10 it is very much important to give a shape to your character. So give a shape to your character, build your ethos, and depending on this ethos, you have to pave your path in future. Fine. So if you can't build up your ethos, you'd be lying nowhere. Fine. Try to nurture human qualities, try to nurture humanity inside of you till class 10. So I'm telling you that why you should not verify till class 10. Once you are verifying the content, once you are verifying the content, the respect which you are having for that particular teacher is getting diminished. And once it gets diminished, the derogation, derogation or the degradation of the social ethos starts happening. So that's why don't do that until class 10. I don't think that the teachers are going to mislead you or the teachers are going to misinform you. Fine. That much knowledge all the teachers, approximately 99.99% teachers are having. Fine. So have faith. Now I'm telling you that now I'm telling you the last point. As of now, I spoke about the pros of social media. Now I'm going to talk about the bane of social media. Because of the creation of vicious and venomous content, you know, the this generation or the teenage are lying in darkness. Why, you ask me? Because the thing is that they are watching those content, vicious and venomous content, so they are mentally getting disturbed. So mental disturbance gives rise to abnormal mindset. Now abnormal mindset progressively gives rise to criminal mindset. Now criminal mindset gives rise to criminal tendency. Fine. Now let me share one thing with you, just for educational purpose. Now when I was working over there in a highly residential school, so I saw a couple studying in class 11, and they were hanging around together. So their families knew about it, and the management also knew about it. So the management were acting as the catalyst. Now while going to Missouri, because I saw certain things which I can't talk over here, I suggested the management not to take them. So what happened at last? After going to Missouri, when that particular girl called it a quit, the male partner tried to commit a suicide. He actually was saved by his destiny. But the thing is that these type of things, now try to understand, suicide is also a crime. You can't do suicide, it is a crime. So this suicidal tendency, okay, then a tendency to take revenge, a tendency to retaliate, a tendency to retribute, unnecessary revenge, unnecessary retribution don't carry any relevance in my dictionary. These all are happening because you people are getting influenced by the venomous and vicious content. So please don't do that, okay? Try to apply your wisdom, be friend, make friend. If you're a male, make hell of a female friend. If you're female, make hell of a male friend. we do not have any problem, but you should know where to draw a line, and it will come from wisdom. It will come from wisdom. So the teachers can't do all alone, fine, so you have to cooperate the teachers. And yes, lastly, what you have to do is that you have to nurture a certain amount of ethos inside of you. And if you can nurture human qualities, then the money automatically will come to you, and automatically you are going to see yourself established. But if you can't find human inside of you, then you'll be lying nowhere. Okay, you will see a dead end. So that's why try to nurture human qualities, try to culminate empathy. Automatically you are going to get established, automatically you will stand tall. That's all from my side. This is the basic difference, that now today the things have become complex, whereas in our times the things were very simple. Fine, we were having human qualities, and now actually you people are devoid of that, bereft of human qualities. Our friendship was unconditional, that's why still we have the bondage. Two or three of my friends, friends means I have been knowing them since 1990. My age is 36, so you can understand. Still we talk, you know still we are in need, that means, sorry, still we talk, still we are in touch. But I don't know about you. Okay, it must be a bit cliche, whatever I have seen, because I work in a residential school, so my job is to stay with the students, with the senior students. So what I have observed, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying out of my imagination, I'm saying out of my experience. So lastly, I just want to say one thing: grow morality inside of yours. Okay, in order to grow morality, try to culture Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, try to culture Osho Rajneesh, try to culture Sadhguru. Okay, they are going to show you the path. I am nothing. What I'm just a senior learner. I consider myself a senior learner. Teacher is a big word, preacher is even more big. Okay, and yes, one thing, before ending, I just want to tell you that at first, try to have the financial credibility, then you can start talking. Now I don't have any option. It's my passion to become a motivational speaker or to become a social activist. It was my passion, so I'm just pursuing my passion, nothing else. But that means, in order to pass the time, if you are saying something, then you should do it uh, with enormous amount of financial credibility. You should proceed. That's what I feel. And happy morning to all of you. Thank you very very much. Okay, next day I'm going to make a video where I'm going to explain you the differences between individualistic society and collectivism. Thank you so much.